The coal industry going through some tough times as many utility companies switch plant productions from coal to natural gas. Some say the declining cost of nat gas isn't the only reason that the coal industry is getting hit really hard. And joining us right now to talk about all of this, David, is the CEO of Alpha Natural Resources, Kevin Crutchfield. He says, you say, sir, excessive government regulations are a huge burden on the coal industry, right?
Absolutely. They are. What we've seen just in the last couple of years are 200 coal units announced to be closed. That's about 10% of the United States capacity. And Alpha Natural Resources, we serve about 1/4 of those. So if our customers go away, unfortunately, it means job loss for us.
Now, the president has said that he favors an, quote, all of the above strategy, which would assume coal included. But did he forget about coal?
Yeah, I think the president's version of all the above strategy seems to be more like a bumper sticker to us because it's not all the above. Their administration, with regard to the EPA, is promulgating regulations that is really constraining the use of coal to make electricity.
Do you think he wants to kill coal power in America?
Look, after 4 years, it sure seems that way to us. The consumption rate is down significantly from where it's been. 10% of the nation's coal fleet has already been announced to be retired, and another 10% is in peril. So it seems like that's the case to us.
Yeah, and let's just look at the weather. Let's face it, it's getting colder. We're going to have a really cold winter. 42% of the nation uses coal for heat, for electricity, right?
Absolutely.
What does this mean for our electricity bills, our heating bills, all of our bills this winter?
Well, I think that's the travesty in this policy is what we're going to see with the passage of time. With these coal plants retiring, they're going to get replaced by something, and most likely going to be natural gas. Now, look, we're big natural gas fans, but as natural gas prices harmonize across the globe, natural gas prices are going to go back up, and so are electricity prices. They're going to hit people who can afford it the least.
Yeah.
We've had some interesting coalitions for and against coal over the past few years. How about the coal miners? Coal miners are usually in lockstep with the Democratic president, but in this case, are they more on your side?
Well, I think with respect to organized labor, I don't think they've made an endorsement this year, which is unusual. I think the coal miners that work at Alpha are very observant. They're great folks. They're watching what's going on, and I think it's pretty clear where they're going to come down on this one.
And how clear are these regulations that you're facing? And then how expensive are they? Hundreds of billions of dollars a year, tens of billions of dollars? What's the cost of all of this?
Well, I can cite one. It's the most recent one. It's the Mercury and Air Toxic Standard. It's the most, even by the EPA's own admission, it's the most expensive that they've ever promulgated. About $100 billion, just the cost to implement. Notwithstanding the cost in terms of job loss, the cost in terms of higher electricity prices in the future, and for us, the loss of jobs of really good men and women, which is a very difficult thing as the CEO.
Is there a direct connection between these regulations and the jobs that are being lost?
Absolutely, unequivocally. I mean, look, there have been times in the past when natural gas prices are cheaper than they are now, and coal was at 50% of the nation's electricity grid, and today we're losing market share very rapidly. So you have to ask yourself, what's the difference between now and a decade ago? It's the regulation. It's the uncertain regulatory environment where utilities can't plan right now.
And you could stay competitive right now, kind of, based on the price of nat gas right now, right? You said around $4.
It's close. It needs to come up a little bit, but it's close. And we announced this strategic repositioning plan recently to try to get ourselves situated to compete in what looks like a much smaller United States market, but also stay focused on the external or the international growing markets.
Kevin Crutchfield from Alpha Natural Resources, a coal company. Good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate